Hello, what up, or morning, if you will. It's great to see you again. It's crazy that this is another album release video. I think that this is always a dream for me and it never really feels real when it happens. But we have enough songs and God gave me enough time and enough ideas, and I think that this one turned out really cool. So I'm excited. It's definitely a new sound than what we were doing before, but I'm super excited. It's called The Garden Project. And this is because when I was writing it, when I started, it was a lot about flowers and a lot about gardens and plants and whatnot and giving things time. And it weirded me out at first because it was an odd theme, but I feel like it was just a time where God was showing me that he was growing things within me and really molding me into the man that I'm supposed to be over this last year. And so we're definitely not there yet. That's why it's a garden project and not a garden all the way completed within a couple months. So this is just my little album that I made along the way, along the journey, and we're still going, but I feel like it sounds cool and there's a lot of songs that really hold a special spot in my heart. So today I'm gonna give you a very brief walkthrough. If you ever want to talk about any song in particular, especially because we deal with a lot more conversable themes this time, if you ever want to talk to me about something, we can converse about it, but just let me know. But yeah, I'm stoked. Let's get into it. It goes D and then G. Even when the whole world is falling apart, I look up at familiar stars. Alright, so track 1 is called Marshes and Meadows. And this song is, I feel like it just had to be the intro. I wrote it in March, tried to record it in March, did not work. Recorded it again in August, but videoed the whole thing. And that video is going to be down in the description if you want to see what the process looks like. I really didn't get everything, but if you guys want to see more stuff like that, I think that would be sick because it was super fun. It was really fun to edit and just see everything. But anyway, go check that out, please, if you would like. This song specifically, I think it just serves as the intro because it rides the line of the new sound that I was trying to go for with this one. And I guess I should probably get the elephant in the room out of the way. Yes, I am a believer. Jesus Christ did die to save a wretch like me. And so this album is expressing a lot of that in a lot of different ways. And I think that I had that in my previous stuff a little bit, but not explicitly. And so here, finally confident enough in my musical identity to say the things that I want to say. And so that's been super cool. I think this song specifically, I sent all these to David and he said something about, I love the little love letters to God. And I feel like this is one of those. And so it's just cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that one. I apologize for bothering you with music. I told myself I wouldn't send you this until it was done, but I just did like the craziest thing with these drums. Also, listen to the new lick I added at the end. I made it like unrepetitive in general. Alright, so now that we're out of the intro, I feel like this album kind of has 3 acts per se. The first one is like going down and out, and then the second one is reconstruction a little bit, and then the third one is just rolling with it. And so to start off the going down and out one, Grand Omission is a song that I was messing around with a while ago. I love the instrumentation because it's just different and it feels good. This song is a lot about not saying things and not expressing your feelings because you don't think someone else feels the same way. And that's kind of the biggest tragedy in and of itself. Anything you ever wanted out of that is already dead because you're never saying anything. And so that's a hard spot to be in, and that's where the song came from. How would I fall so far since you went astray? Alright, track number 3 is same time next year. This was just a demo. This was literally just a demo. I had this idea that I wanted to start putting stuff on SoundCloud because I was like, I don't want to go through all the effort and make it sound good and all that. So then I throw it together in my dorm room and like go out in the woods and get background noise and whatnot, and then just throw it on SoundCloud and put it out a year later. And sure enough, you guys loved it. So that was just, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was not expecting that, but I'm so happy that you like it because I think it's cool. This song is lyrically about realizing that I'm a very cyclical person, and the times of year find me in the same situations again and again, whether I want to be there or not. And so just being conscious of that I may be in the same place at the same time next year, and questioning that and saying, how can I be better? All right, track number 4. I was at Ethan Ruth's house, and we were hanging out. We were making music. We were writing Sophia's sundress and Nan's glasses and making those. And he was going to go take a break for a minute. And I don't know why this always happens when I'm working at other people's houses and we take breaks, is that I decide that I'm going to make this like random punk rock thing. And then I end up falling in love with it. I did that once with Nate. I don't know if I'm putting that one out because we'll see. But this song was just like, I don't know why, it just felt so different and it felt so good to do. It felt so cathartic, if you will. Like just to have the OD on the guitar turned up and just actually going for it. So that was sick. I really love this song. I really love the way it sounds. I've listened to it a lot. I feel like this is one of those things where you just feel like you have everything weighing down on top of you and you're struggling a little bit, and it's just a matter of time till the whole thing caves in. And so just thinking about that and feeling that and being a little about it, you know, essentially. Also, Ethan did the drums. I can't forget Ethan did the drums. Thank you, and thank you for having me over and recording. We also got those 2 songs that I previously mentioned. Go check those out because he's a cool dude and he deserves you to go listen to his music. So go check him out. Friends of mine since about 4 months ago, 'cause I'm 3 weeks deep on a bit of me and I got nothing to show, 'cause same old time. Song 5 is Sublapse, and it was supposed to be my last song ever. This is kind of the end of Act 1 of the going down and out, and I was struggling really bad with my identity because I wanted to keep making music, but I wanted it to happen right now, and I didn't see all these things that were building up and all these songs that were being written, and I just wanted to have another album because I love the feeling of like when the song clicks, and that's great, but sometimes you got to fight for it a little bit. I was just feeling like I kind of wanted to step away. Feels like every album I make almost makes me quit to an extent, but that's because you got to fight for it, and you got to, not everything's going to click right away, which is hard because it's such a good feeling when you like play the song and you can tell that it's going to go, and so it's a good feeling. But this song specifically, I think, was just a chance for me to open up because I was just so done. I was like, I'm just going to say whatever into this mic and we'll make it work. I think it sounds really cool. I think that I finally figured out how to harmonize guitars, which is sick. The drum machine, finally figured out how to do that. And then, of course, Jake just absolutely tears it up. And so this is one of my favorite songs on the album because even though it is kind of a darker time, I think it's still musically well done, and also I think it represents well how I was feeling at the time in a slightly upbeat kind of way, you know? All right, track number 6, kind of the beginning of Act 2. I don't even remember what I said the act names were because I came up with that on the spot. But Let the Flowers Grow. You know, David and I messing around on the keys as we normally do. And there was a song that kind of contributed to Sublapse because I had written it and I put all this work into it. And then I hated it because it was bad. And I was just really struggling with that thought because I put a lot of time into it and I really wanted it to work out. But then we were messing around with this and there was the keys, and then I did a little electric line as I do. And that was kind of the point where I realized that, hey, this kind of sounds cool. let me just sing this random throwaway that I made a couple weeks ago. And David was like, wait, dude, that's actually cool. So then we started making it, and he helped me flip the lyrics a little bit. But I just feel like this one is so cool because it's got such a good message about not forcing things. And I think it's kind of ironic because originally the song that it came from, I was trying to force, and I was trying to make it work when it was not supposed to work. And so there's an importance in just letting things grow and just giving it time and letting it flourish as it will. And also the garden project. Wow. All right, track number 7. This is another one of those love letters to God, if you will. I wrote this song. I was just having a really bad day, and I find it very powerful to come back to the simple truths sometimes. And I think that just the fact of Jesus is my friend that's always there to listen, and everything I'm worried about, he's already figured out far in advance before I even know. Something's going to happen to me tomorrow that I don't know about, and that's probably going to make me tweak out, but it's already been figured out. So why would I worry about it? And this is a song that I struggle to practice always because I think it's easy to say these things and harder to put them into practice, but that's why we put our attention on them, because where your attention is, your heart will go also. And so I think that the song is a little more of a demo, but it's just something about the simple truths that I know. And so that's that song. Dude, harmonically, things I've never done before, but it hits, bro. It hits. I'm excited. More to work on. Woo! I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to hear this. I'm excited to hear it. I keep listening to it. Track 8, Garden of Your Mind, rocking out, I think. This song was really fun to make. I think it's cool to dive into the idea of wanting to get to know someone a lot more and to pour into that relationship and to really see the things that maybe they wouldn't readily share right away, because no one wants to talk about the things that they hide behind and what really makes them them right off the bat. And I think that it's important to have those deeper conversations and to get to know people for more than just the superficial things. And so that was cool. Also, Jake Williams again, because he doesn't miss. It's actually kind of funny. This was another one that I did for SoundCloud. We called it bass fishing. But it was Jake and I made it in my dorm room last year, and I remember making this song and I needed like a little breakdown thing. And so I called him up and I was like, hey, you remember that one thing that you did a year ago? And of course he didn't, but then we refigured it out. And I think it sounds pretty cool. I think it has a place here. And so it's just cool to take little pieces of things that I had already worked on and put them into this. And it's always fun to work with Jake because he's a great guy. I'm only going to let you get this one sneak peek through the headphones of just this random harmony I added. Hopefully you heard that and like it. I actually did like all the vocals again and it sounds good, I think. All right, On Your Mind. Where do I start? Track 9. This one is kind of the start of Act 3, I guess. I split it up a little bit. But man, this song is just, I love it. I love it so much. It is such a true testament to how things just kind of tend to work out, and how when you don't see it, God is thinking about you and God is working all things out. And so I think that's just, it's so sick. It's such a sick idea because it's like everything behind the scenes is working, and that's so cool. And also, like, David and I got to be a part of this thing. I like am so stoked that I know this guy and I get to work with this guy, because that was like the first thing I played when I went over to his house, and then we just kind of ran with it, and it was cool and it was fun, and it felt so good to do. And so I love this song. Thank you guys for all the support on it, because it's definitely done some numbers, more numbers than I ever thought I would do. So I'm blessed to see that reminder that it may be doing something in your life, and I think that's super cool. But yeah, long story short, I love On Your Mind. Also, a million more thank yous to David, because dude, you crushed it. You're amazing. Like, I don't think people understand how much time that he put into this. And so to see that and to hear that, like, I hear the difference. And this dude is super talented. I'm just lucky that I get to know him, because he's also a great friend. But it's good. I love making music with my friends because it's fun. Like, I want the main rhythm to be like... most of the song, but then it's the bridge. I think this would be cool to do, like, so despite my circumstance, you are always good. Yeah. Here's this beat. I did all the drums and stuff. Let me know what you think. Here's the studio now. This is literally taking up most of my apartment right now, and it's awesome. Alright, this is why I can't keep working on it. I think that the computer's telling me that it's done. Now, Sure As They Come, number 10. This one just kind of happened. I don't know. It was finals week, and I was just messing around on the piano in the Wit Center, and we were just hanging out, and I was like, wait a minute, this could be something. And then Julia let me borrow her guitar, and then we were messing around. So that's the video that you just saw. But it was so fun to make, and this was one of those ones I feel like as soon as I get out of class, I just go nuts on like one song, because I'm so excited to be making music again, because I don't do it during school because it'd be such a big distraction. But this song was that, and this was all of my energy for like 3 days making the beat. And then I remember there was like some lyrical stuff that I was kind of struggling with when I was writing it, and so I kind of threw it away for a little bit. But I called David again in July and was like, hey dude, what if I change this thing? And he was like, oh, that sounds good. So here we are, and I think it's important to talk about what it's about. I think it's cool that God is so constant in our lives and everywhere, and he's working in everything, and so you don't ever have to doubt for a moment that he's there, that he's working. And I think that that's super important, and it's cool to write a little fun upbeat song about it, about how just God is always faithful and God is always constant, and he is the surest of the sure things that could ever be sure. We'll just run through the whole thing again, I think.
Okay, we'll run it back.
It sounds so nice. So nice. Alright, what's your name?
My name's Nathan.
What time is it? Track 11, Saturday morning. This one's kind of the end. 11 is a lot of songs with no instrumentals. Granted, a lot of them were short, but this song just makes me happy, because my buddy Nathan Kuhn he's so funny, and I love this kid, and every time he comes to stay with me, I'm just so happy, because we just have so much fun. And so it was a Saturday morning. We woke up, I think we said the date in the song, but it was before any of these other songs had really happened all that much besides On Your Mind. And we were just having a conversation about purpose and meaning, because that was something I was thinking a lot about even before I went into my little spiral about my identity, because what am I if I don't make music, you know? It was just really cool to talk to him about what was giving him meaning, and I think that it really encouraged me at the time, even though I was still kind of in for the worst of it. I think it was a good conversation to have, and it's always important to remember the community that you have around you and the people that are looking out for you, because that's super important. I think that's one thing that this album has shown me, is that it's so fun to make music with your friends. Even if you're not like an actual band, I think it's just cool to work with people on other things and bounce your ideas off them. And so it's just fun. It's a fun time. And so I really hope that you did enjoy this video. I hope that you enjoy the Garden Project as an album. It's something that I think every song has a way deeper meaning to me, but I hope that maybe it can become associated with a memory for you, or just make you think about things more. And if you ever want to talk about a song or anything, Instagram is CoopTunes. Throw something in the comments. I'm like chronically offline, so I'll check it when I get back at some point. But there's new music on the way soon, I can confirm. But I'll talk more about that at a later date. As if this were the acknowledgement section of a book, I just want to say thank you to everyone who listened to any of these songs before they came out and gave me pointers, gave me tips about how it sounded, people that I had interactions with while I was writing these. I'm not going to name everyone because I know I'm going to forget someone and then I'm going to feel bad, so I will just say everyone, because I feel like there are way more people that had a hand in this than I could count. And if you're in my life to some extent, chances are you probably influenced this album a little bit, which is very interesting to think about, but it's all in good ways. The one person I will shout out though is Jerry, because Jerry's just that guy. And I remember he cleared Sure As They Come probably like 9 different times, and I just kept coming back and tweaking it. So always a good time, but it's always great to have people around you that care. And I think that's probably the most important thing of all, is that to do this together felt good this time. And so with that is the Garden Project. I really hope that you enjoy. I really hope that you go listen to it. I hope that I already said the things that I hope. I just hope you feel positively about it, and that you would be having a great day, and that we would look up and think a little bit, because God is good all the time. And that's all I really got. But I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.